Here with trainer Kenny McPeek to give us a little update on Kentucky Derby winner Mystik Dan, who is back in training now after having a little bit of a break this summer. Kenny, first, can you just talk about kind of what went into giving him that break and talk about his vacation and what you've seen from him since being back in her saddle?
This horse has been so good to us. I mean, obviously Kentucky Derby winner is a huge deal. But so he runs well in the Preakness coming out of the Derby, good second. And then when we ran him at Belmont, or at Saratoga in the Belmont, it wasn't a race that we thought we'd get out of him. And Brian Hernandez got off of the colt after that race and said he just didn't act like he handled the racetrack all that well, which is a little bit odd. And so we thought, well, let's go over him. We checked him out the next day and felt like he was sound. There wasn't a problem there. But I said, let's give him 30 days because he's been good to us. And after 30 days, we put him back on the racetrack, and I just wasn't thrilled with the way he was moving. He was a little stiff, and he was still working through some stuff. And I think he was going the right direction healing-wise, but he needed a little more time. After that, I sent him to Dr. Bramlage, and I said, Larry, go over him, tell me what you think. And he came back with, look, this is a sound horse, but if you like him, give him more time. And obviously, it's hard not to. And we decided to give him a full 90 days, and he has come back bigger, stronger, longer in the tooth. Hello, there he is. There he is. He's going to say hello here. But he's just a man now. It's really cool stuff, and that's exactly why you do it. And we didn't feel like bringing him back into the Travers was a great idea, especially a track that we didn't think he liked or we weren't sure he liked. And then the other race was the Pennsylvania Derby, and once again, it was a race that I didn't want to have to press to get to. And we really want to have him a good 4-year-old season. If we have a good 4-year-old season, I think his stud value goes up, and there's people that are interested in him now, and I think something like that will happen. But you're going to see him next year, which I think a lot of people will be happy to hear.
You kind of talked about his physique, and I mean, I have to say, I think he looks fantastic, and I think everybody who's seen him would agree with that. Just really seems to be physically mature now. How important is that physical development for a developing horse like him?
Well, somebody told me the other day they had the notion that he was small until they saw a picture of him recently, and he really has. He's thickened up and bigger in the neck and girth, and his whole body's just kind of changed. And that's what happens when you give a horse 90 days and let him really fill out and mature. And they have to have a bit of a break to do that because we ask so much out of them. But it's just a really special horse to be around. I think the cool thing is that he was raised at Magdalena. We helped conceive him and foal him and basically from point A all the way through everything, and we're just real proud of it.
You do have your own farm, like you mentioned. That was the last point I wanted to talk about. From a trainer's perspective with racehorses, how beneficial is it for you to have your own farm, your own training facility to utilize in a variety of ways?
Well, when I went into that, I was very nervous because it's a lot to think about. You have a big piece of land. We have 115 acres. It's a beautiful piece of property. But what I've learned is that it's really a racing stable with a lot of grass to cut and fences to fix. And I've got a good team of people that does that. But, I can give a horse time like we have him. He's got a nice big stall out there for those that have seen Magdalena. There's plenty of paddocks that you can utilize for time off. Hello, you bought that jacket. You can buy me another one. But I'm lucky. I decided to invest in property when I was young, and now I've got a lovely piece of land out there, and it is a kind of a hub for our whole business, and I don't know how we would function without it.
Well, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and you always give lots of very fun insight. So thank you so much for your time today,
welcome.
And good luck with Mystik Dan moving forward and Torpedo Anna. Can't forget about her.
Thanks, Abby.